say this much about Jay-Z. He is certainly conducting himself like an innocent man. Case was dropped. He can fade away. He ain't fading away. He talked about how his business was cost $20 million. He's suing. He's keeping this story in the limelight. Why? Because he's making the case. I was wrongfully accused of the most heinous thing that I could possibly fathom. And I'm not sitting idly by.
The walls are closing in on hip-hop's biggest players. For years, Jay-Z has been the untouchable billionaire mogul, building empires, signing billion-dollar deals, and standing as the cool-headed chess master of the industry. But in the last 48 hours, a wave of FBI leaks has flipped that image upside down. According to multiple insiders, federal investigators have linked Jay-Z directly to sealed evidence in the ongoing Tupac Shakur case. And for the first time, Jay-Z himself has broken his silence. His response wasn't calm, wasn't collected, and behind closed doors, even Beyoncé is said to be begging him to walk away before everything comes crashing down. This isn't just another rumor floating around the blogs. Court documents and FBI files are beginning to paint a disturbing picture. Reports claim investigators have uncovered recordings that place Jay-Z at the very center of conversations tied to Tupac's 1996 murder. The whispers that were once written off as conspiracy theories are suddenly sounding a lot less crazy. Insiders are describing Jay's private reaction as explosive. Normally the master of restraint, he reportedly snapped at his team, demanding answers, demanding loyalty, and swearing he would never allow his name to be dragged down like Diddy's. But the FBI doesn't seem to care about his billionaire status or his celebrity friendships. To them, Jay-Z is just another name in a file. And here's where the story takes a heartbreaking turn. Beyoncé, the woman who has stood beside him through scandals, rumors, and family feuds, is said to be terrified. Sources close to the couple describe her begging Jay to cut ties with certain associates, to release statements distancing himself, even to disappear from the public eye until the storm passes. For Beyoncé, this isn't just about money or fame. It's about survival. She knows better than anyone that the FBI doesn't play games when they smell blood. When the news first broke, the hip-hop world reacted like it always does, skeptical at first, then fascinated, and now completely consumed. Headlines are everywhere. Social feeds are filled with questions. Was Jay-Z really involved? Did Diddy drag him into something deeper? And the scariest question of all, what happens if new witnesses tied to Tupac surface with sworn testimony? Imagine that. One of the most respected moguls alive, cornered in court while the ghost of the man who defined West Coast rap steps back into the light. That's the kind of spectacle that would shatter the industry forever. So, what exactly do the investigators claim to have? According to whispers out of Los Angeles, the Bureau is reviewing audio files allegedly stored in what insiders call Jay's vault. If that sounds familiar, it's because this mysterious vault has been rumored for years, said to contain confidential recordings, leverage over competitors, and even proof of backroom deals that kept Jay's image spotless, while others went down in flames. Now the FBI is circling that vault like sharks, and if they get their hands on it, Jay's entire legacy could crumble in a matter of days. It doesn't help that Suge Knight's name has suddenly resurfaced in this conversation. Locked up but never truly silenced, Suge has long hinted that the real story of Tupac's death involved more than just a gang dispute.
Almost. You know, me and Keefe D playing on the same Pop Warner football team. And whatever the circumstances, if he had an involvement with anything, if he didn't have any involvement in anything, who want to see, I wouldn't wish somebody going to prison on my worst enemy.
Some claim he even suggested names at the highest levels of the East Coast scene. Could Jay-Z's inclusion in the FBI's files be connected to Suge's cryptic statements over the years? Or is this another case of history being rewritten to fit the headlines? Either way, the streets haven't been this alive with speculation since the height of the East Coast versus West Coast war. And then, finally, Jay-Z responded. Through carefully worded statements and a brief appearance caught by paparazzi, he dismissed the allegations as nonsense and a dangerous rewriting of history. But observers couldn't help noticing the tension in his voice, the way his usual calm delivery cracked under pressure. This wasn't the polished Jay-Z we're used to seeing at award shows or business conferences. This was a man cornered. Behind the scenes, insiders say he's furious. Furious at Diddy for dragging him into the storm. Furious at the FBI for targeting him just when his legacy seemed untouchable. And furious at the media for feeding the fire. But while Jay fumes, Beyoncé pleads. Multiple reports say she has urged him to step back from public business meetings, to distance himself from anyone tied to Diddy, and to focus on family. She's reportedly told friends she fears the empire they built together could collapse in a matter of weeks if he doesn't tread carefully. For Beyoncé, who has cultivated one of the most pristine reputations in entertainment, this scandal threatens everything she's worked for, too. And let's be real, it's not just Jay-Z and Beyoncé caught in the crossfire. The entire industry is buzzing with fear. Executives are lawyering up. Old collaborators are suddenly silent, and whispers of blackmail, secret recordings, and hidden deals are spreading like wildfire. What began as a cold case from the 90s is suddenly rewriting the history of modern hip-hop. Because if the FBI can prove that Jay-Z was more than just an innocent bystander, if they can connect him to Diddy's alleged payout schemes, or even to conversations about silencing Tupac, then the myth of hustle to the top will be forever tainted. The foundation of billionaire hip-hop culture could be exposed as built on betrayal. Get this isn't tabloid gossip anymore. Federal indictments are real, subpoenas are real, and the FBI doesn't knock on doors without years of preparation. For Jay-Z, every second counts. Every statement he makes, every lawyer he hires, every move he plays could decide whether he walks away as the untouchable mogul or as another fallen giant. And for Beyoncé, this is personal. The reports of her begging him to stop aren't about drama. They're about protecting their children, their empire, and their legacy. She knows that once the FBI has you in their sights, the outcome is never pretty. So where does this leave us? Jay-Z has broken his silence, but the words don't match the panic behind the scenes. Beyoncé is pleading with him to walk away, but will he listen before it's too late? The FBI isn't backing down, and every day the pressure grows. If the vault is real, if the files exist, and if the whispers about new Tupac-related evidence are even half true, then the story we're living through right now isn't just another scandal. It's the unraveling of hip-hop's greatest myth. The question is simple: will Jay-Z survive the storm, or is this the beginning of his ultimate downfall? Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you believe Jay is innocent, or has the FBI finally found the crack in his empire? Either way, stay tuned, because this saga is only getting started.